Okay, so first I'm going to make sure that Mohawk has enough food back here. So I'm going to unclip this. And her feeder sits right here. She hasn't learned how to use the other feeder yet, so I'm just giving her a little feed in here, and I just keep that about a third full. And I set it on this treadle in here. Okay. And I got that feed out of the big bag in the porch. And that clips in there, and that secures it. And make sure it's tight there. Now we'll take care of the other girls.
Girl? Just one. On this side, just one.
Just one, Freida.
You have to take the ladder out of the way in order to do all the stuff. You know that, of course, though, Finn. Got the pictures and stuff sitting here. Pictures and treats, I should say.
I brought the water out because it's been freezing at night, and I take it in at night. Now I'm taking it back out.
It doesn't thaw overnight. You have to get fresh water. But, I mean, I guess you could leave it inside and let it thaw overnight. If it's thawed, you can reuse it, as long as it's not too dirty.
So this is the new latch for Mohawk's side. Her water gets hooked right here on these orange hoops. Freida's goes on the other side. And the lamp.
Can't see anything. I gotta move out.
The heat lamp is on a timer, so no need to worry about any of that. And Freida's feed, I'll show you how that gets dumped in. It doesn't go in the tray below, but it goes. I need to get some feed.
Hang on.
All right, so when you push down on this, the door opens.
The treadle feeder. The treadle part, the green part. And you push that down.
And there's where to dump the feed. And we just keep it not full to the top because she'll scoop it all out, but pretty close to the top.
If you put it underneath, Steve, could you point it where you're underneath? If you put it down there, then I don't think Freida can actually get it very well. Because
Right.
it's too low, and then it's just feeding the mice. So we got to put it actually in the feeder, which is right there. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, there's some in the feed box itself too, but we always put extra, in this area.
It helps with her little crossbill.
Yeah.
gonna put some treats in their cups. Put those next to the water.
That way it's close to the heat lamp so it stays warmer. Of course, Freida will knock it down probably anyway, but... Can't really probably see very well where that other treat cup went, but I'll show you. Over there, that's Mocha's treat cup.
Okay, now we'll wake up the chickens. Actually, they're already awake.
And this is all happening at about 7:30. They're up by 7:30. As long as you get here by 8, I would think it's okay. 8 at the latest. Right now, you know how that time always shifts, but right now at this time of the year, that's where we are.
Actually, I'm gonna put a few mealworms on top of their treats too. They like that.
We're already up at 6.5 minutes.
Here comes Freida.
Hi, Freedy.
Here comes Mohawk.
Hi, Mohawky.
Want some treats, Freida?
Of course, normally, you know, as cold as it is, we would do this with the door shut. We've just got the door open right now so you can, you know, see on the video how it's done. Mohawk's getting sunflower seeds out of Steve's hand, and Freida, of course, gets them out of the cup. Kind of the same as with Carly, except that in this case, I don't know, Mohawk doesn't peck quite so hard. I don't think.
No. She doesn't try to get bits of flesh off your hand.
Like Carly did.
There are more sunflower seeds in the tin in the porch. We'll have that marked.
You don't have to give them seeds for a huge amount of time. Main thing to show you is that Mohawk needs to be lifted down off the perch. She can now get up to bed on her own. You don't have to worry about putting her to bed. They're going to bed around 4:30 now, and as soon as you can get here to shut the doors, you know, as possible after they've gone to bed, the warmer they're going to be. Yeah, in the morning, Mohawk needs help getting down, so Steve will demonstrate that.
She hasn't learned this part yet.
All right, Freida's had enough treats.
Okay, so here comes Mohawk.
Okay, can you hang on a second? This way. Okay, Freddie.
Here you go, Mohawky.
Okay, well, you couldn't see any of that, but you know how to lift a chicken off a perch. We're not worried about that.
And then I just set her down here and she'll hop back over the perch.
Yeah, now she's on her side, and we just got to shut the barrier. Make sure that the piece of metal slides into that wooden groove. You can see it when you do it.
We're hoping eventually we don't have to separate them, but for now they definitely need to be separated because Freida's a little nervous about Mohawk and Mohawk's a little aggressive.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah, that is the morning. Okay, so that wasn't quite it. We ran out of battery or power or something, but here's the ladder that goes back in after that, because Freida needs the ladder to get up.
Prop that right in there, and Freida will use that when she goes to bed.
You can kind of see the angle here. It's, of course you don't open the doors right now because it's too cold, so it doesn't matter if it's blocking the door or not. But this is about, you know, where you put it in relation to the roost. I hope this makes sense. I'm sure you can figure it out. Okay.